Welcome back to 30-Second Basketball, where we recap the most important games from around the association from the previous night in around 30 seconds. Let's get started. Another monster game from Joel Embiid is our first game of the night as the 76ers visited the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Behind Embiid's 45 points, Philadelphia beat the Pacers 131-122. Philly's rookie guard Tyrese Maxey also had a fantastic night with 30 points while sinking 8 of 11 three-pointers. Buddy Hield and Tyrese Halliburton combined for 46 points, but they would end up 9 points short as the Pacers would lose on their home floor. This win for the 76ers keeps them in the 4th seed while also tied with the Bucks and the Celtics for the 2nd place seed. The 76ers will now visit the Raptors tomorrow night, and the Pacers will have a rematch with the 76ers as they play in Philly on Saturday. The next game of the night was when the Hawks visited the Raptors in Toronto to try and climb higher in the East standings. However, it would be the Raptors taking the win to clinch a playoff berth 118-108. This loss for Atlanta sends them back down to the 9th seed following a Nets win, and the Raptors have officially clinched at least the 6th seed in the East. Pascal Siakam had a double-double for Toronto as he put up 31 points and 13 rebounds. Rookie Scotty Barnes also helped out the Raps with 19 points of his own. For the Hawks, Trae Young had 26 points and 15 assists, but it wasn't quite enough to catch the Raptors on their home floor. The Raptors will now host the 76ers tomorrow night in a big game, and the Hawks will host the Wizards tonight in the second half of a back-to-back. It was the Brook Lopez show on Tuesday night when the Bucks rolled into Chicago and beat them up, winning 127-106. Surprisingly, it wasn't Giannis doing the heavy lifting, but it was Brook Lopez putting up 28 points on 9 of 14 shooting. Giannis still had an efficient night with 18 points and Chris Middleton at 19 points as well. The Bulls yet again lose another game when they had Demar Derozan putting up big numbers as he had 40 points, but he needed about 20 more to even have a chance. The Bulls are now in 6th place in the East following a Raptors win, and the Bucks maintain the 3rd seed in the East, being tied with the 76ers and Celtics. The Bucks will now host the Boston Celtics tomorrow night, and the Bulls will also host the Celtics tonight in the second half of a back-to-back. Another team finally gets to the jawless Memphis Grizzlies as the Jazz beat them 121-115 in an overtime thriller on Tuesday night. Rudy Gobert had a fantastic night as he put up 22 points and 21 rebounds and even had 18 free throws. Yes, you heard that right. Rudy Gobert alone shot 18 free throws. He only made 12 of them, but he won the game for the Jazz. Without Ja Morant in the lineup, Jaren Jackson Jr. took control of the scoring as he put up 28 points. Desmond Bane and Tyus Jones also combined for 47 points with 23 points and 24 points respectively. This win for Utah officially clinched them a playoff spot. The Jazz will now host the Thunder tonight in the second half of a back-to-back, and the Grizzlies will visit the Nuggets tomorrow. The last matchup on the recap slate was the Phoenix Suns hosting the Lakers in a must-win game for the Lakers. But all season long, a Lakers must-win game has resulted in a loss, and this would be the same story as the Suns would end up winning 121-110 on their home floor. The win for the Suns sets a franchise-high 63 wins in a season, and for the Lakers, it does quite the opposite in officially eliminating them from the playoffs following a Spurs win. Russell Westbrook shot pretty well and had 28 points for the Lakers, but that was no contest as Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton combined for 54 points with 32 and 22 respectively. LeBron James had no say in the Lakers' elimination game as he was not playing, which pretty much defined the Lakers' whole season. The Suns will now visit Clippers tonight in the second half of a back-to-back, and the Lakers will visit the Warriors tomorrow night in a now meaningless game.